SUI's up nicely, nearly 10%. See a nice bullish engulfing candle. And in ERI, when you see multiple ERIs in a row, by the way, uh, it is a sign of strength. So, and one of the strategies that Joe was trying to teach me at one point, and we were going to adapt a new variation of trading strategy, is along the building positions at every ERI. And if it comes down again, you don't sell, you add to the position because ultimately, when the other signals align, it goes up. We decided not to do it because it's a little too complicated for most people. So that's why I stick with the trade success checklist. If you have 2 or 3 on the trade success score, where did that thing go here? Here it is. So here we have a trade success score of 4. I think we were talking about Solana there. ERI check. No TSI yet, but there was a green signal line, RSI Pro, bullish divergence. Hey, at 2 or 3, I start getting into that trade and start adding to that trade when we're getting above moving averages, breaking trend lines resistance. And if we see these are money flow blocks as part of the ERI Pro. We haven't seen some of these in a while. Let's go back in time though, because these have been very valuable down here. When we see that, that's money flow, big money coming in. And typically that is a very strong confirmation signal that prices are going to continue to go higher. Okay. And as of yet, I don't want to be, similarly, this red box here is not a great sign. That's sell pressure, money flow. But when we see these green blocks, that's where big money's come in and actually bought. The other one is sort of buyers on the limit, on the bid. So both bullish signals. Stronger buy signal are the buyers here in these green blocks. So when we see those and start seeing those again, it's going to be really time to pay attention and get back into the markets. So if you have any questions, by the way, guys, that those of you that already know the signals, let me know if you want me to cover anything. Where there was a rocket signal alert fired on Bitcoin 4-hour the other day, but the 4-hour rockets don't really, you really want to look for a daily or a weekly. So we've covered the rocket here and covered the checklist. The Bollinger Bands, again, bullish sign when it touches that lower modified Bollinger Band. This isn't the same one you download for free. It is our custom coded for crypto. And Steve Nissen, the old friend, used to speak at my seminars, kind of the author, grandfather of candlestick charting, told me once on a call, he said, you know, because John Bollinger told him this, often when the Bollinger Bands, when price touches or breaches one of the bands, it will reverse and continue on to the other one. Not always, but that was something I'd never noticed. And so watching that can be useful. Look at this trade if you had bought in these green lines and as it broke that way down below the lower Bollinger Band and hold it, it went all the way back up to the upper Bollinger Band. So these are all clues you can use. Patterns like the 3 inside up when the radar is all green. And that's all I'm really going to talk about here because, and the bearish ones are obviously the opposite. So the question I'd like to hear about the ATR and the other indicators you like on the 1 hour, 4 hour. Okay, Sam. Sure enough. Yeah, why not? So the ATR really works well on the 4 hour. So let's see. And there it is. Let's see. TLDR in this class is it's you know, I wouldn't be going and buying necessarily anything today. I'd be waiting to see how markets react. But let's look at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and just turning the rest of this off, getting a bit overbought on this TSI. Bitcoin likely comes down from here. It's in a sell block. You certainly can use the buy and sell blocks for order timing based on your overall read on the markets on the daily, weekly. But clearly a lot of sell pressure up in this 88K region. And so, and it's thick, it's deep, that's wide market breadth on the sell side. So we have some work to do on the upside for Bitcoin. This can certainly give some clues. On the ATR, this is the average true range, can sometimes be a bit noisy, but when it does turn, then you get some really great early signals. And so the problem is you don't really know when the new trend is forming. it's worth looking at. In the chop, not so much. We are going back into entry mode, but we can see we are in a trading range all through here. There are times when the ATR is hugely valuable though, and it can, when the trend changes, this is a good confirming indicator. Where back here we had a great indication right on this zone right here, and then along with the ERI and some of the other signals. So as with anything, it's confluence. If this is new to you, if these are new to you, just have to get used to it and attend the classes here and watch the replays. So, and I will be doing a new video soon, just haven't been able to get to it, on setting up your trading view and using the indicators. But let's turn on, the bigger things you want to look for are these order block detectors. We don't really do much with Ichimoku anymore. It's a lot to look at, and it's a bit overkill. So that's what I wanted to mostly pay attention to. Bitcoin overbought on the 4 hour, had some bullish divergence down here, which would have been, if you're a day trader, swing trader, over Saturday, over the weekend, even Monday, yesterday, bullish divergence, and the TSI is starting to grow green. Out of the buy blocks, you could have caught this little pop on Bitcoin, but now bit overbought in that range. Sellers are here. I wouldn't be buying at this level. Lots of sell pressure on the 1 hour and 4 hour. And then so same and said on Solana. Let's take a look at Sol. Okay, similar thing, a lot of sell pressure we saw at 144 here. This was kind of back into the end of March. Saw some sell blocks. This was sell volume, money flow. So dumps down here. But look at this, where the other thing that we use a lot are these trend channels. They work beautifully with our indicators. And so as we can see, creating a new upward trend channel, that's good. We have buyers at 125. That's good. We have sellers at 131, however, we need to clear that. So I might set an alert at 134 just to know that, hey, this is breaking through a sell block. But also we have sell pressure here, as we can see, at 145. And especially when these overlap, that means there's sort of multiple layers of brackets on these sell orders. And by the way, these are exchange specific. So if it's really an important trade, pull it up on Binance, maybe another few exchanges, but the bigger ones are going to be mostly congruent because of the arbitrage that happens between the exchanges, but not always the same. So that's good to know. And so that's, I don't know, guys. The next 2 years, maybe there'll just be an AI me coming in and reading our indicators that tell us exactly what's going on, because I don't have much to add or pontificate about. The Solana coming out of a 1 hour buy range, kind of like that, but it doesn't have too much room to run. I'm in a longer term trade and an accumulation, so that's what I'll be watching. We'll talk about the liquidity chart here tomorrow. This is a bit delayed. Global M2 and liquidity is on the rise. It's just not reflecting so much in this chart until actually, as now it's April 1st, so we should have sort of an update. So liquidity kind of rolling over a bit, it looks like, as of March. Yeah, so we'll dive into that a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, so this kicked me out of my 1 hour chart. So let's do this. I'm going to go back to a 1 hour chart here. We're coming up on the hour. Any questions, you guys? Charles, yeah, I'll look at Filecoin for you, and we'll do deep dive in that tomorrow, of course, in the M3 class. Let me go back to my hourly chart. And what is going on here? Not sure what happened there. All right, so my chart got bejiggered there for a minute. Hold on a second. We are doing this live, operating without a net. So here, if I go into 1 hour chart, CMA Pro there, open there. Hopefully that will repair it. It did. Okay, well, this is Sui. Sui is seeing a nice little bounce here, but I wouldn't get too excited with it. Really do you want to wait for your trade success checklist to add up. Right now we have a bullish ERI, but that's it. Bullish engulfing candle also, but that's it. And that's not enough. I mean, it's interesting. I do have some Sui. But I wouldn't add to it really until we start seeing some of these other ones. The signal line is green, but I really want to see the TSI go green before I would buy any more SUI and wait for this thing tomorrow to sort of filter out. And let's see, SUI faces Death Cross. You know, all these Golden Cross Death Crosses, they don't really, they're old school indicators. I wouldn't pay too much attention to them. At any rate, let's go down to Filecoin and then we can kind of wrap things up. Yeah, I mean, these coins you guys are talking about, we do cover those in the M3 class, so I'll be going in a little more detail tomorrow. But Filecoin, you know, again, has holding that $3 range and having an ERI bounce out of the buy zone down below. And so I'll limit my comments today really in relation to our indicators. So the TSI hasn't gone green yet, so I think it's a hold. I like Filecoin, but as we go into summer, this whole market is going to weaken most likely. Follow Bitcoin, follow Solana. I mean, I do have a nice green curve here. So let's see. My curves kind of are prophetic in terms of where they tend to go. So basically, spend some time down in this range, push up higher. And that's what we're looking for maybe into July. So I still like Filecoin and holding on to it and accumulating. And got a nice, you know, here's the thing. I sold quite a bit of crypto all through in the last couple of weeks, last week, just because things were looking pretty ominous. So I'll be looking to add back in these ranges. Just right now we have an ERI, but I'd like to see the TSI go green. So that's what I would suggest on that. Let's take a look at Ondo real quick. Read some cool things. I posted that in M3, by the way, that other person suggesting his top picks that he just put $250,000 in. 3 of them were picks that I've already had you guys in M3. So that would be, was it Ondo, Lido, and Aptos. So Ondo Finance getting a bullish ERI. I still like Ondo here. It's only a matter of time until it turns, I believe. It's in a downtrending channel, or is it? When it starts putting in a new uptrending channel, that's what we want to identify as soon as we can. But to do that, we need to have a higher low or a higher high. So this is sort of guesswork right there. We have our early reversal indicator, but and we have this. So these are good, but is it good enough? The problem is Ondo still could easily come down on this DCA buy range. So, I mean, I would continue to buy Ondo all the way from 50 cents up to 65 cents in this whole region. Do I have a stop loss? I would put a stop loss below 50 cents, say 49 cents. If we lose this buy zone, then hey, it might come back down to 38 cents. I don't know, you guys. It's these markets are very speculative. It's a great program, great project. And I think Ondo has so much going for it, but we have to keep in mind that a lot of speculative money came in this range. It's not a company with earnings yet, you know. So all of this was unwinding that. We're kind of right back to this longer term trend line, and this is why I like these, because markets tend to overreact on both sides. But if you draw a line through the middle of them, the midpoint tends to be kind of that median line of where price should be, and I'm just guesstimating here, but you know, I think Ondo's worth 150 here in the bull run, if not you know, much higher. But you know, this is sort of where we're at. We overall market has to improve here, and so again, if we push higher, I'll be looking to take some profits around $1, but certainly I'll keep some just to hold on to it for that long run, because I think it could 5x in this bull run potentially. All right, everybody. Gotta go Bitcoin and Sol for the win. Yeah, that's the TLDR. Stick with the stronger ones. ETH is kind of, you know, maybe it revives. Nobody asked to see ETH. Nobody cares about ETH apparently. So, you know, a lot of these are just sort of sorting themselves out here and trying to find a bottom. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Expect volatility. And for those of you in M3, we'll talk tomorrow. Those of you in Retire Rich, we'll talk to you guys on Thursday. So anyway, take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Hey, this is Brett from Moonstream. If you'd like to learn more about our pro trading signals or our live classes every Wednesday or our Retire Rich program, go over to moonstream.io/start.